Howdy all, Moglax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, I am... trying to get materials, I guess, to make more bullets since I used them all up in that last fiasco. My inability to... Anybody else seeing that flashing? I assume it was a glitch, but man, I saw some flashing over here. I assume. Again, I don't see anything. Alright. Thought that was a box. Why is this guy jumping? See that jumping pig man? What is he doing? It's gonna be dinner, that's what he's doing. Weirdo jumping pig. Alright, where's the next guy? Anybody else out here trying to bother me? That's what I thought. Well, we didn't play D&D again this week. I think it's like week 3 or 4 in a row. 3 in a row. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. One guy has not contacted us in any way. Which is weird. I mean, I haven't reached out to him either. But, you know my feelings on people not showing up to things they have said they wanted to be a part of. We don't need him to play. But it'd be nice if he would just say one way or the other, hey, yes, I will be there. I can't make it tonight. I'm busy the next couple weeks, won't be able to play. No, you guys go ahead and play from now on without me. Just something. Just need to know. You can ask, why do you need to know? Well, I need to know so that we know when to start things. Because it's one thing to be like at a party, right? And someone doesn't show up at the beginning of the party, but it's a party. You know, there's probably other people there. But if it's the guest of honor, and they agreed to be there, and then they don't show up, that's a little different. Not that this guy's the guest of honor to our D&D night. You know. I'm just saying there's relativeness to how important it is for you to show up on time. Okay, I don't see anything down here that matches what I need. Next. But if you scheduled something, I just don't understand why. Especially it's something we've been doing for a long time now. You know what day it's on. I mean, to be fair, one of the other guys, I mean, that's, not to be fair. I take it back. I take back to be fair. One of the other guys also last night took a nap, a 6-hour nap. And so he also didn't show up, and but the other guy called him and was like, hey, are you gonna make it tonight, or what's going on? So he finally showed up and we played our Gloomhaven game. Which is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Man, we got so close last night. We did this. We usually have time when we play for about one mission. We could probably fit in more than one mission, but, you know, the other DM guy is super slow at taking his turns. No, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you have to stop and think about what you're doing. But, it doesn't have to be every turn. Like, you've only got so many cards. I feel like he's got to be one of those guys who doesn't pay any attention to what's going on until it's his turn. And so instead of planning out what he's going to do before it gets to his turn, you know, he's just busy. Well, here's the thing. I guess, let me rephrase that. Gloomhaven, you all decide your turn at the same time. And so sometimes we do have to discuss, you know, who we're going to fight and stuff like that. But, man, sometimes, like, he'll wait till everybody else has locked in their cards. Not that he's looking at our cards, not that we're talking about what we're doing for the turn, but he will not even start to look at his cards until everybody else has locked in their cards. So that we are a captive audience to him walking through what he thinks he might do with his cards for that turn. Oh, man. But, yeah, we ran a tough one last night. We had to kill 16 drakes in this dungeon. And the problem is that there were other things than drakes. And a lot of times it's like, you get the mindset that you gotta kill all the monsters you come across, but there's a lot of dungeons that are, you can't kill the monsters. You have to just run from them. And so, pretty sure after failing last night's dungeon by 2 drakes, that we should have run from the first couple sets of monsters and just gone straight to the drakes. We probably would have won. If they hadn't have killed off my one guy, we probably would have won as well. So, there is that. But, they got my Night Shroud character that I'm currently using. If they'd have just not killed him, then I'd have been able to kill one more of them, and we probably would have made it. Probably could have squeaked through that last one that we didn't get to. I don't know. There's some rounds of stuns and stuff like that that screwed us up as well, so. But, yeah, fun game. Speaking of Gloomhaven, I got Frosthaven today. I haven't even opened the box yet. I am currently waiting for the glue to dry because I got the deluxe edition, and the deluxe edition came with foam board inserts to basically foam board boxes to sort all the parts. And so I did get that, and it did have to be put together. And I spent about 3 hours today. Luckily I didn't have any work today, so I spent about 3 hours putting that thing together. It was crazy. But I got all 16 boxes. It had to be glued together. So, you know, you gotta find it's kind of like putting a model together. So you gotta find all the pieces from all the different sheets, and then, you know, pop them out and then put it together. Make sure you got everything in the right order. Because some of the pieces are printed on both sides and they look almost identical, but they might be different shapes slightly. And I'm hoping the one boxes, I pulled them apart and I started putting them together, and then I realized they were different sizes, so I don't know if I put the right sides on the right box. I don't know. But yeah, probably when I get done recording this, I'll go back upstairs and it's been about 2 hours, I guess. Probably should be long enough for the glue, a little bit of glue I put on things to dry. Start putting that together. Alright, how much coal did we get? 3,000 coal. Please let me out of this hole. Thank you. Bike. Okay. So I was in the niter mine just now, getting coal. All right, here we go. Hey, can I put any more points into something to help me with this? I think I've got two points. Mother load, harvest more resources. There was something else I was working on though. Something else I wanted to put points into. Was it this so that I could make can craft chemistry stations, first aid bandages, and plaster casts. First aid kits and splints, but that's gain XP for using them. Can craft first aid kits. So I gotta get to surgeon level 3, which takes an intellect. I feel like I have to do this. I have to spend my points on here. So I'm gonna need 4 more points. 5, 6 more points. Oof, to be able to make med kits, because I haven't found the med kit recipe yet. Oh, let's see. Made it through the first couple episodes of The Last of Us. It's okay. I didn't like the video game. I felt like the video game was okay. I don't know. I'm probably at the point where I just need to get like the Last of Us storyline video and watch through it. Everybody really seemed to like the Last of Us game, and I actually have it in 2 different versions now. I have both the original on, I think, PlayStation 3 and the remastered version, and I think I've got the Last of Us 2 remastered version. Or maybe just the Last of Us 2, however that worked. The first time I played The Last of Us, I thought it was a pretty good game until I reached a part, if I remember correctly, the way it goes is you get to this guy, and you get this guy, and then you have to sneak through, right after you're in like his garage, You have to sneak through this graveyard. And I don't know, sometimes I only have so much patience. And I don't usually quit things, but The Last of Us was making me so angry. Because the camera was like locked in specific positions, right? And so I couldn't look around things going through this graveyard. And if you've never played The Last of Us, it's one of those games where there's a limited amount of ammo, so you can't just kill everything. And so I'm trying to sneak past these zombies, or clickers, they're called. They're not really I guess they're sort of zombies. They're a more realistic form of zombie, I suppose. And so, anyways, I'm trying to get past these clickers in this graveyard, and so they're all over the place. Basically, you gotta hide behind the gravestones and then wait for them to path, you know, in their little circuit that they're doing, and then run to the next set of gravestones that you can hide behind. All that's well and good, and you know, I don't want a game to be too easy, but it wasn't that part that was making me angry. It was that it was really tough to get past those guys, and you reach the graveyard is laid out in sections. So it wasn't one continuous map kind of thing. It was like, make it to the next load screen, basically. Not a load screen, but, you know, section load. And the problem is that this next section that you couldn't see, you know, it wasn't even a section load, it was a camera shift. And so you move across the screen without being able to change the camera view. And then when you reach the edge of that, it would shift to a new camera angle. And so the problem I was having was that every time, well, not every time, but there's like 3 or 4 camera shifts getting through the graveyard. And so I'd get through the first one, and then when I'd shift to the second camera angle, you couldn't see where the zombie was at, and so it'd just be right there. You'd be like, oh, well, this is my chance to dodge the zombie that's on the screen with me right into the arms of, you know, a different zombie. And then eventually, you know, I'd hit a lucky streak where I got past the zombie I couldn't see and get to the next section, and then the same thing would happen when I'd path from that section to the next camera angle. And it just, like, this game is too stupid. I don't understand. Like 8, 9 times in a row, 15 times in a row, I don't know how many times I tried to get through there. But it was super, super frustrating trying to get past the zombie. So then I got The Last of Us Remastered. Now, the camera work in that one is much better. At least in the graveyard part. And so I got through the graveyard part, and I remember there's like a school part where you're working your way through the school, and so I did that, and then after the school part, you end up having to go through... Oop, that is not what I need. I need this. After the school part, you end up going through this suburb area where, you know, like all the small houses are side by side. And I tell you what, they went back to that fixed camera angle crap. And so you couldn't see if there were zombies down the alleyways again. And after like the 4th or 5th time of getting killed by the zombies, I'm like, I'm just done. I'm just done. Your game is not good enough to me to warrant the frustration I am feeling of not being able to see around corners because you won't let me shift the camera angles. So yeah, so I've never gotten through Last of Us, and I feel a little animosity toward it, to be honest. And so now I'm watching the show, and the show is okay. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, and I don't think it's as good as The Walking Dead. I just I don't feel anything for the characters, and you know, to really draw me into a show, I've got to like your characters, and so far I don't like the characters. I did like the, I don't know what her name was on the show, but she's from Fringe, which I really liked. Um, I just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've just seen too many things, but I feel like a lot of shows now don't give you enough about the people to make you care about the people. It's not every show. There are shows that are I find to be really good, but I really just didn't care about the people who were dying. I and so like in the second episode, the woman stays behind and blows up the museum because she's turning into a clicker, right? And I'm just like, cool, and I like that they she did that to save him, but she never did anything to make me care whether she lived or died. They're just gruff people. Oh shoot, that's not a well, at least it wasn't full of water. Uh oh, what did I do? Well, guess we're walking now. I didn't think that'd be possible, but man, I jammed the front wheel of my motorcycle right up underneath that girder back there. That's not a girder. What is that called? I don't remember what that's called. But yeah. Anyways, I watch anything else? My motorcycle. There it is. I'm blind. It just looks funny as an icon. Um, New season of Critical Role is out. I watched the first 3 episodes of that. That was awesome. New animated Critical Role. What's it called? Vox Machina. Um, oh, got no fuel. Oh, look at all the nitrate powder I already had. Alright, let's get this and this and that. We'll put that in there. You can have this bit of sand. You know what? You can have this rocks, too. Raw food. You can have the meat and the fat. Okay. How we doing on brass? Let's get the casings made out of that. And then I've got some lead in here, so let's get some bullet tips. I did laugh a little bit in the so they released the first 3 episodes of the new season of Vox Machina, and I watched the actual live show, the D&D, playing at the table live show that the animation's based off of. So none of it's particularly new. It's based off of, not a direct, animation of. So there's some new stuff in it, but I know what's going to happen major story-wise for the most part. And so I was really kind of shocked that they ended the first 3 episodes on the death of one of the characters. Because, I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I wasn't surprised by it happening. But it was funny to me that That's where they ended it. Like this big cliffhanger moment where one of the characters is dead. And I'm like, ooh. Man, those people got a big thing this week. They announced that they are doing the season, are going to be doing the second story arc of, or second game. Well, there we go. The second game as an animated series as well. They're going to do the Mighty Nine, which is pretty good. I like the Mighty Nine series. I think I like Vox Machina better. I like Big and Heroic, and the Mighty Nine was a little less heroic. I guess spoilers for Vox Machina. I just in Vox Machina, like when it started, I was pretty new to D&D. Okay, when I started watching it, I was new to 5th edition D&D, and so man, this is gonna take forever. It's like an hour. Well, I took a tier 4. So I guess we could go try to do the tier 4 at night. Maybe we can drive over to the tier 4. Well, no, because it's right here, right? But, the Mighty Nine has some epic moments, but after you get through Vox Machina's starting, even the starting was pretty cool, but so they skipped the first story arc of the live game in the animated version, so they didn't go down to the Illithid City. I don't remember what the Illithid City was called. I don't remember. Which is a shame, because I'd have liked to have seen animated Clarota. But yeah, there was some funny stuff that happened on the way that they skipped because alright, I'm just gonna put this in my inventory right now, assuming this is gonna kill me. So this is a clear and fetch. Come on, get up here. And so the show starts, like, the first season of Vox Machina is my favorite story, which is the, super spoilers, unless they dramatically change from, oh yeah, I thought that was my base. I'm like, why do I have a red blinking light on my base? Also, this didn't take me where I thought it was going to take me. Here we go. So the first story arc that they animated was the Briarwood arc. No, the Whitestone arc. Let's call it the Whitestone arc. Because super spoilers, the Briarwood arc may not be over. And, so, oops. Is that my bag right there I've got to get to? Oh, that's the weapons bag. Oh, it's below me. And, so it's like this big epic fight their way into the vampire run undead, you know, overrun city, and they've got the big the ziggurat underground, and they're feeding it magic, and you know, it's like an end of the world thing they've got to stop, and um, so that's really cool. And then I don't remember if it even made it in the show, and I wish they had. One of my favorite things in the show was the one guy while they were playing was, you know, they finished this big huge story arc with the Briarwoods and Whitestone, and he's like, man, I feel like we won. Like, I feel like the game's done. He's like, I can't imagine what else could happen. We, you know, basically stopped the bad guys and saved the world. And then, you know, and so then they get back to their celebration in the main capital. And then season 2, animated season 2 is the... Okay, make sure I don't miss this thing while I'm on the floor with it. Season 2 is the Chroma Conclave, right? And so the Chroma Conclave is insane. And it's just like, you know, these dragons come out of nowhere and attack the city and basically take over. And the thing is that the Vox Machina, right, they just faced off against this big bad guy and won, and then these dragons are like so much more powerful than they are. And so it's this huge undertaking where they have to go get these weapons from the time during the God Wars to be able to even fight these dragons, and you know, people are dying, and you know, it's just this huge epic story. And then after that starts their Vecna arc, you know, and so it's just one big epic save the world story right after the other. And then the Mighty Nine story not so much. There's no big world-ending anything, I don't think, in the Mighty Nine that I can think of. It's a little more like okay, I don't want buckshot. It's a lot more like spycraft and interactions between two major countries, and you know, people vying for power and stuff like that. And not that I didn't enjoy it, not that it wasn't a good story, and not that the characters weren't great, and there were some epic moments in their storyline as well. But there wasn't anything like big, epic, gotta save the day as the big heroes moments that really take place, to be fair. I mean, sure, they fight the dude at the end, but it wasn't anything super major, to be honest. I say that. I loved it. It was major for the characters. It was great story. You know, they had big fights and stuff. It's not like there weren't big fights or anything. I don't want to run down the Mighty Nine. I thought the Mighty Nine was a great story. It just isn't, you know, big heroic, you know, running from the monsters kind of a story. It's more of a there was that one arc in there though, where it felt like it was headed that way, and then that changed. I thought they did a whole thing with this bad guy called the Chained Oblivion that I thought was gonna the laughing something or another. I forget what that guy's name was. I thought that was gonna go into a big epic fight against a god. But That is not the direction the story went. And so I really enjoy the Vox Machina stuff, I think, a little better. Because I like the big hero stuff. You know, it's yeah, a great comparison. The Mighty Nine is more like a Batman movie than Avengers movie, right? Not that Batman isn't awesome, my favorite superhero. Not that his stories aren't big and epic for Batman, but it's not like fighting Thanos, right? Sure, Gotham might get reshaped or half destroyed if Batman fails. People he knows might die, you know, but the end of the universe isn't going to happen if Batman goes down, right? And so that's a little bit what the Mighty Nine feels like to me. Is more of an interaction with world powers than not world powers. More of an interaction with country leaderships, and you know, potentially a new invading force rather than we're gonna burn the world to ash kind of bad guys, like Vecna and the Chroma Conclave. Listen, I don't think there's any doors up here that are open to you. But yeah, definitely if you have Amazon Prime and you like fantasy, it's definitely great to check out. It's funny. It's got great fight scenes, fun magic. Well, I think I should be able to finish this fairly quickly, but it's going to take me a few more minutes to get through here. Oh, crap. Well, you remember I said it was going to take a few more minutes to get through here? I meant I was just going to die. Never mind. You can stick around as I fail another mission. Probably shouldn't have taken on something like this in the middle of the night. Alright, with that, be bright in the small things. Lean in the light. And I will talk to you later.